and gentlemen, and welcome to another broadcast of the Sports Block. Tonight we're coming to you live from Mustang Gym. My name is Matt Kim, and I'm going to be doing play-by-play for you tonight. Next to me is Kevin Brunson. He'll be doing color commentary. And tonight the Lady Mustangs face off against the Lady Cougars, traveling here from Apex. It's Friday night. It's a great night for some basketball. I'm excited. We're in for a great game tonight. Middle Creek comes into this game 8-5 overall, 3-4 in conference. The Cougars are 3-8 and 2-5 in conference. Aliyah Ruffin is leading the Cougars with 7.7 points per game, and Samantha Kukuru is averaging 6.1 points a game for the Cougars. So those two are leading the charge for the Cougars. And as we take a look at the Tri-9 standings, Green Hope is at the top of the conference, have not been defeated in Tri-9 play, and we see Apex and Middle Creek are sitting at 7-5 in the conference. You know, kind of middle of the pack. Both teams looking for a win tonight to try and boost their standing in the conference. You know, both teams having decent seasons, but I'm gonna let Kevin tell you a little bit about our Lady Mustangs.
Yeah, you know, Matt, the Lady Mustangs coming in this game 8-5 and 3-4 in the Tri-9 conference. We got Betsy Dorr and Sydney Smith leading the Mustangs in points. And, a notable injury, Betsy Dorr is out with a concussion, along with Lauren Cesare with the MCL sprain. And, some rebounding stats. We got Vanessa Pitts leading the Mustangs with 54 rebounds, averaging 4.2 rebounds a game. And, Betsy Dorr ahead of the assist category. So it's going to be big that she's out tonight. We got Ashley Shink coming back from a concussion. So, before she was out, she was the leading three-point shooter on the team. So they'll look for her to come knock down some shots here early in the game.
Yeah, that'll be a big addition to have Ashley back for the Mustangs as we get ready for tip-off. Sydney Smith gets the ball for the Mustangs as Mary Johnson's going to bring it up. She's going to be running point for the majority of the night, seeing as Betsy is out for the Mustangs. It's going to take a little bit of adjustment, but, I think Mary's going to do a good job. It's going to be a seamless transition as Sydney Smith misses the short jumper and rebounded by number 10 for the Cougars. That's Mia Guerrero. Inside pass, kicks it back out inside to number 32, Tiffany Finley, who's going to draw the foul, and she's going to go to the line to shoot a few. So an early foul here with 7:24 left to go in the first quarter. And the Mustangs are on a roll. They've won 5 of their past 6. That only loss coming to Holly Springs in their last contest. So, great streak going until that game against Holly Springs, which is unfortunate. And the Cougars won their last, I believe they won their last game, but they've struggled a little bit this season. Only winning 3 out of 11 games. Not the best start to the season, but they're looking to turn it around here. Coming into Middle Creek tonight, and looking for a win, trying to turn it around. So out of bounds, Apex ball as Castaguero is going to bring it up. It drives inside, and Emily Sasser is going to miss her shot. Rebounded by Middle Creek. Kicks it out to Jasmine Shaw, who's going to bring it up the court. Kicks it out to Sydney Smith, who misses the jumper. It was a little high, an awkward-looking shot. And Jasmine Shaw, she missed a good part, of the beginning of the season with an ankle injury, and she was a big returning player from last year's squad because there were some holes to fill. You had the Murdoch twins graduated, and you had a few other players that graduated, and there were some holes to fill, and Jasmine got some playing time last year, and that was a big loss for the first part of the season, but she's come back, and she's come back strong. Third on the team in scoring, even though she's played a few less games than some of the other girls on the teams, and she's just done an excellent job since she's come back. And Middle Creek's going to be called for the foul. It's going to be Apex ball as Aliyah Ruffin, the Cougars' leading scorer, is going to inbound it. with Justice White on the coverage. And Castaguero drives inside and is going to is going to get called and turn it over. It's going to be Middle Creek ball.
Yeah, as we see here early from both offenses, it looks like they want to establish the fast break. And they're pushing the ball up the court, trying to get the easy layup.
And one thing we don't see, Ashley Shank's not in the game right now, so I think we're going to see a lot of driving inside as Mary Johnson does just that.
You know, to me, that's a good game plan set by Coach Petty. You know, get the Cougar defense used to the drive, and you can kick it out to Ashley on the three-point line and get her a good shot.
No doubt. As quick shot from Shaw, who puts a little too much on it. Quick drive up the court, but as Jasmine Shaw intercepts the pass easily, going end to end and slowing it down a little bit in the corner. Gets it to Kimmy Pittman. Out to Johnston. A little wild, but she brings it in. Working against Castaguero as Justice White drives inside and misses the layup. And she's going to draw the foul and go to the line.
You know, the Mustang offense, once again, looking to get their points from down low. We haven't seen any outside shots here early, but
I think we're going to see a lot from Smith, Sydney Smith down inside early on as White lines up for her first shot and is no good. Bouncing off the back of the rim. Apex with the early 2-0 lead here with 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter as White lines up for her second shot. And it's no good either, so rebounded by Apex and
it's like a lane violation.
Yeah, somebody stepped over the line, so she's going to get a reshoot.
It was number 32, Tiffany Finley, in the violation.
And that's just, you know, mental mistakes that you can't be making. And White can't. She goes 0 for 3 from the line. Long pass by Ruffin up the court. To Sasser, tries to pass inside and bounces off the shoe of Mary Johnston. Johnston is called for kicking it. So it's going to be Apex ball. And Ruffin's going to inbound it for the Cougars. Good defense by Kimmy Pittman. Pass out to Sasser. Gets it to number 22, Samantha Kukuro. And Ruffin takes the long three and misses. On the fast break, Justice White can't haul in the wild pass and slides into the door and hops right back up. So Apex ball, you know, that was trying to run the fast break there, but they just got a little ahead of themselves there, a wild pass and causing a turnover.
Get a little full court press by the Mustang D, causing that turnover.
Pass to Shaw. Looking for an open teammate. Drives inside. Kicks it out to Pittman. Gets it to Johnston. Drives inside. And almost turns it over as Sydney Smith makes the wild pass. As Sasser gets it at the end. Tries to shoot, but Jasmine Shaw comes in and fouls her with the attempted block. So,
you know, that's not always a bad foul. Eliminating the easy two, make her earn the 2 points.
No doubt. So playing the odds.
You know, a notable fact about the Mustangs, they've been in a bit of a foul trouble as of late in their previous games, so they need to limit the fouls here and not play so aggressive.
As Sasser extends the Cougars lead 3-0 here early on in the game. Her second shot gets nothing but net. 4-0 Cougars as Shaw brings it up the court for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Sasser has all 4 points here in the game.
And Shaw has some of the best ball skills on the team. You know, she just, I see her crossing people over and going behind the back and just doing all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah,
with the ball. She's just a real fun player to watch.
She just got off an ankle injury, so that's good to see her moving so agile on that ankle.
Floor's a little bit slippery now. We just saw Jasmine slip as Kukuro gets the 2 for the Cougars. Shaw driving inside, taking on 4 of the Apex players. Can't control it, and that was a little bit of an ambitious play. She was trying to thread the needle, and there was just no open space at all, trying to create some, and losing control of the ball there. So Ruffin's going to inbound it for the Cougars.
You see the first appearance by Ashley Shink here in the game.
As she's defending Kukuro, who dumps it off to Finley, puts up the wild 2, and it's no good. Rebounded by White. Going end-to-end, dumps it off to Shank, who gets the easy 2. So Shank gets the first points of the game for the Mustangs, down 6-2 early on.
I think that was a good substitution by Coach Petty, sitting Shaw, kind of rest her head after all these turnovers.
Yeah, she's running, I mean, just the whole time, and I think that's definitely a good call. Give her a rest, give one of your best players a chance to rest so she doesn't run herself ragged. Kukuro takes the shot from the top of the key and gets the 3. So Apex is just on right now, 9-2 early lead, as Courtney Latham is in the game for the first time tonight, as Coach Petty is slowly substituting out his starting 5. And Courtney Latham drew a foul on the play, so she's going to go to the line. And her first shot falls. 9-3 Mustangs, still down, but coming back. Her second shot bounces around and falls in, pulling the Mustangs in within 5 now. Kukuro looking for an open player, and
travels.
I believe that was Sasser called for a travel. So Mustang ball as Johnson's going to inbound it. Gets it to Shank, out to Courtney Latham. Latham driving inside, over the head. Pass was intended for Shank, but she ducked.
A little miscommunication there.
Yeah, I think she thought it was going to someone from that someone was behind the arc, but no one was there, and so.
I mean, I saw Justice White in the vicinity, but I think that was just a miscommunication by the offense.
Yeah, so Apex, as Castaguerrero gets the easy 2. Quick pass to Latham inside, and her attempted shot's blocked by Finley. It's going to go out of bounds. Mustang ball as Johnson looks to inbound it.
We got Vanessa Pitts and Jasmine Shaw coming in the game for Sydney Smith and Justice White.
And Vanessa Pitts is only a freshman. She's playing on the varsity squad, which is very impressive. She's done a good job. She's a tenacious rebounder, and she's one of our best defenders on the team, and she fills the gap down there.
Yeah, like I said, Vanessa's leading the team in rebounds, averaging 4 a game, so she's a good presence down low for the Mustangs.
So turnover, it's going to be Apex ball now, as Sasser inbounds it. Back to Sasser. Finley has it inside. Long pass over to Ruffin. Drives inside. Puts up the awkward shot. It falls, but she's called for a travel, so that's not going to count.
Looks like she thought she was fouled on the play.
Yeah.
Might have been, but
no, I think that was the right call. I mean, I think she just took too many steps driving to the basket. That's just.
Yeah, the refs picked up the walk before the foul.
Mm-hmm. Kicks it out to Johnson, who takes the first Mustang three-point attempt of the night, and is no good. Rebounded by Ruffin, bringing it up the sidelines. Back out to Ruffin at the top of the key, drives inside, puts up another awkward shot, and this time she does get the call, does draw the foul, and she'll go to the line. So the past 2 shots she took, I know she was fouled, but they're very awkward looking shot, very awkward angles from where she was taking them. Oh, she's not going to the line. That was my fault, excuse me. But it is Apex ball as Castagrero drives inside, misses, rebounded by Apex, and Kokoro can't get her shot to fall. Rebounded by Ruffin, so Apex is still maintaining control of the ball, and Shank knocks it out of bounds. So Apex did a great job just pulling down those tough offensive boards on that series. I mean, they couldn't get their shots to fall, but yeah, they did it. One thing they were doing really well is pulling down those offensive boards and maintaining possession. They weren't maximizing their opportunities, but they were making opportunities, that's for sure. As Latham drives along the baseline, his ball is knocked out of bounds by Finley. And Finley's a big body. I don't know if Latham's she's gonna have trouble getting past her tonight. As Johnston looking to inbound for the Mustangs. Mustangs down by 7 with just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Latham trying to pass it to Johnston. Little miscommunication once again, and ball's going to go out of bounds. Apex ball.
Yeah, we've seen 2 kind of lazy passes by Latham here. We need to look for her to get her mind right and get back in the game.
Yeah, there's just a little miscommunication going on right now down on the court, and I think that's something that Petty may want to talk to them about in a little while from now when they go into the locker room for halftime. I think that may be one thing that they're going to want to fix as turnover, and it's going to be Mustang ball. 11-4 Mustangs, still down by 7. 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. As Jasmine Shaw brings it up the court for the Mustangs. Pass inside to Pitts, working against Finley, double teamed. And wild pass, gets it to Shaw, back inside to Pitts, looking for somebody on the outside. Back to Shaw, a little back and forth between the two. Shaw, a little spin move, drives it around, takes a shot, doesn't get it, rebounded by Sasser. Sasser taking it up the court against Latham. Gets it to Ruffin, who gets the layup and the foul. So Ruffin with a great play right there, gets to go to the line after getting the tough layup.
That was a great run by Apex there down the court, looking for the pass and getting the easy 2.
It was good execution by them, running a fast break as Ruffin's going to go to the line. And her shot is no good, rebounded by Pitts. Shaw bringing it up the court. Out to Sydney Smith. Dumps it off to Courtney Latham, looking for somebody. Sydney Smith has it. Back out to Shaw. Long pass to Pitts on the inside and gets the tough 2.
That's where her height is going to play the big role for the Mustangs offense, getting that high pass down low.
I've seen Pitts struggle offensively this year. She hasn't had a lot of her shots fall. She's been a great defender. It's just the only thing lacking is putting up points. And once she, rounds out her game and becomes as good a scorer as she is a defender, she'll be an outstanding player.
Yeah, she kind of reminds me of the great Ashley Battle who played here at Middle Creek.
Amber Battle,
my mistake.
She has a younger sister, Ashley, but she's not on the basketball team. But yes, Amber was one of the best basketball players to come through Middle Creek, that's for sure. She's at Richmond this year, playing basketball. Best of luck to her and playing college ball. That's just awesome to have players go on to the next level. As time is running out in the first quarter, Courtney Latham gets the layup, pulling Middle Creek within 5 now. 13 seconds to go. Ruffin has it on the far side of the court. Sierra Brown has it, but her pass is knocked out by Shaw. Shaw's been all over the court tonight, and I think she's going to I think we talked about earlier, Petty giving her plenty of breaks because she's just all over the court. She runs a lot during these games. As Ruffin takes the deep three to end the first quarter. So going into the second quarter, Middle Creek's down 13-8. And I think the main thing that they're going to have to work on, I think they're playing very good defense. They're playing good in the paint. And I think the couple things they're going to need to work on is taking more outside shots, getting the ball to Ashley behind the arc more, and just working on their communication because they've had a few communication issues, and just getting their passing, getting in a groove of passing, because that's going to be real important, setting up opportunities and creating scoring chances for themselves, and that's how they're going to get back in this game if they can do those things.
Yeah, turnovers really do kill a team in the long run, as well as free throws. You know, when they get their trip to the line, they need to execute, knock down the free throws, and, you know, eliminate the costly turnovers.
As the first break is coming to a close, Petty's over there on the sidelines giving his team a little talk, telling them how they can improve in the second quarter. See Betsy over there, Betsy and Lauren, the two injured players, being moral leaders. Betsy out there, you know, giving her team advice and stuff. That's just great to see. Even when they're injured, it's great to see players out there still being moral supporters, being cheerleaders for their team, and giving advice when needed. They're just that's a sign of just a really complete team. They have good chemistry together. So it's going to be Apex ball to start the second quarter. Sierra Brown has the ball. She came in a few minutes ago on a substitution. Back to Brown. Apex with a little bit of a small lineup going in there with multiple guards. As Ruffin keeps it in bounds and takes, I think that was a shot. She just kind of threw it up there. But she's gonna draw the shooting foul, and she's gonna go to the line.
Yeah, it was a good heads-up play by her to kind of throw up an awkward shot to get the shooting foul.
Mm-hmm. And her first shot falls, 14-8 Apex. Lining up for her second shot, and Ruffin gets it to go, 15-8, with just over 7.5 minutes to go in the this first half. Shank has it, and she's gonna, not sure, and
foul on
Finley. Finley's called for the push. Not sure what she did. She's not sure what she did wrong, but Justice White's gonna inbound for the Mustangs. Out to Shank in the corner, back inside to Sydney Smith, and pass intended for Shank, and it's broken up easily by Apex. Ruffin has it now.
There's those looks that you were talking about to Shank that the Mustangs need to execute so she can hit that three.
But Apex wasn't giving her any breathing room on that series, and that's number 30, Marissa Green. Her shot is high off the glass. She just came in on a substitution. And pass intended for Shank on the inside. She was running along the baseline. She just mishandled the ball and it went out of bounds. So another turnover in Apex ball. I think the Mustangs are turning it over way too much right now in the first half. That's why they're behind right now. It's just their turnovers and a little bit of sloppy play. I mean, nothing they can't come back from. They're keeping it close enough where they can make a comeback if they do a few more things right. 6:45 left to go in the first half. Pass out to Sasser, intercepted by Shank. He's going to slow it down, opt not to go for the fast break. Out to Shank, back into Pitts on the inside, takes the short jumper and can't get it to go. Rebounded by Smith, and her putback attempt is no good, but she's fouled on the play. She's going to go to the line and shoot two.
When we come back from half, we'll get the exact stats on turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be an interesting thing to see as Smith lines up for her first shot. And her first shot falls. 15-19 Mustangs, still trailing, but only by 6. Smith lines up for her second attempt. And Smith's second attempt bounces off the backside of the rim. Justice White gets the rebound, however. Courtney Latham on the outside. Ashley Schenk with a wide open three. Can't get it to go, but Vanessa Pitts gets the rebound, getting it out to Courtney Latham. Schenk has it, and Schenk's going to be called for the travel. And on that series, the Mustangs did a good job of pulling down the offensive boards like Apex has been doing. But again, they just neither team has been able to do anything with the chances that they're creating. I mean, they're getting those offensive boards, but they're just not being able to score off of them.
Hey, we see Ashley with a wrap on her hand. Not sure what the problem is there, but that might be affecting her shooting.
Because that is her shooting hand, and that's a real good point, because that may be, affecting how she flicks her wrist. But she hurt her wrist. Not sure how, but so playing with a sore wrist on her shooting hand doesn't take her out of the game, but that may make it a little tougher to shoot. It's going to throw off your rhythm. So 5:52 left to go in the first half. Ruffin is fouled, and she's at the line to shoot a couple. Trying to extend the Cougars' lead. Rims out. Still 15-9. As Jasmine Shaw comes in and Ashley Schenk comes out. Ruffin lining up for her second attempt. And it is no good, bouncing off the back of the rim. Justice White with a rebound. Pass to Courtney Latham. Driving along the baseline and tries to pass it and keep it in bounds, but it's stolen by Sasser. And Justice White gets the steal. So Middle Creek ball. Great play by White. It was a unfortunate pass by Latham. She was trying to keep it in bounds, but Justice White got it back for the Mustangs. Now Jasmine Shaw has it. Ashley Schenk back in the game. Justice White working against Ruffin. Driving along the baseline and keeps it in bounds, but Ruffin steals it.
There's a good screen put on by Vanessa Pitts to give her the lane.
And Ruffin's long jumper is no good. Rebounded by Apex. And Kokoro takes a long three. She's back in the game, and it's no good. Schenk's pass to Justice White on the far side. White driving inside, misses her shot. And it's going to be Middle Creek ball. Referees are conferring. It's a jump. It is Middle Creek ball. Justice is going to inbound it. 5 minutes to go in the first half, 15-9. Middle Creek still down, and Sierra Brown is in the game now for the Cougars. Pass to Smith on the outside, out to Shaw. Back to Justice White. Back to Shaw, who's at the top of the key, guarded by Kokoro. Lob pass to Pitts on the inside. Her shot's high off the glass, rebounded by Smith. Smith's putback attempt is no good, but she draws the foul on that play. As we take a look at the team fouls here, Middle Creek has 8, whereas Apex only has 5. So Middle Creek, fouling a lot, maybe a little more than they should in this game. So again, just a little bit of sloppy play, but I think that's definitely gonna be a focal point of what Petty's gonna talk about in the locker room at halftime. As Sydney Smith's first shot bounces off the front of the rim.
Yeah, and on that play, Apex actually picked up their 6th team foul.
Smith lining up for her second shot. Can't get it to fall. And it's going to go out of bounds off an Apex player, and Justice White's going to inbound it. So Middle Creek keeping it on Apex's side of the court here for a while. Just on a combination of fouls and lucky bounces. Justice White in the corner. Passes inside to Pitts. Pitts' short jumper is able to fall and bring in Middle Creek within 4. That long pass over to Kokoro. Back to Ruffin, who takes the three-point shot and gets it. 18-11. Apex has had some success from behind the arc, more than Middle Creek has, as I think that's going to be something they may want to be looking to do. I mean, Ashley took one shot, but may not be herself, as Jasmine Shaw with the mean block. I heard the smack of the ball from up here, and just came out of nowhere and was not having any of it. So out of bounds, Apex ball.
You certainly like to see those type of blocks. Really pumps up the team and the crowd.
It does. Shaw's just a fun player to watch. You know, she's always plays with. She's a high energy player. As Ruffin drives inside, splits the Middle Creek defense and gets the layup. 20-11. Apex is running away for the Mustangs a little bit here. Mustangs need to rein it in. Inside pass to Pitts, and she's fouled as she shot. She's going to go to the line. And I believe, they've fouled Pitts, or just fouled the Mustangs in the paint quite a few times. And Apex has come, they now have 17 fouls to Middle Creek's 8, so they're pulling within reach of Middle Creek in terms of fouls, which is not somewhere they want to be close in.
Yeah, that foul was on Tiffany Finley. She picked up her third of the game. She's going to have to watch that.
And she, as you said, she comes out of the game as Pitts' second shot is no good, going 1 for 2 on that series. Kokoro bringing up the court, long pass to Brown. Brown is blocked by Shaw. Shaw is racking up the blocks tonight. I mean, she's not, an abnormally tall player. She makes herself taller than she is. She just puts her arms up and gets in their face, and she's a great defender. And another block by Sydney Smith. That was Katie Wright on the shot, and her shot was blocked. Wright is in the game for the first time tonight, as Kokoro is going to inbound it for Apex. By the way, I hope I'm saying Kokoro's name right. If I'm not, I apologize. And rebounded by Ruffin, out to Brown, who takes the long three-point shot. Rebounded by Shaw. And stolen by Ruffin, driving inside, and double team blocked by Shaw and Pitts. A little bit rough on that play.
I think she was kind of in the moment on that one, trying to get her third block of the game. A little too aggressive on the play.
She'll get it eventually, without a doubt. So Ruffin's going to go to the line after the hard foul. 20-12, Middle Creek down by 8 points. As Ruffin's first shot falls, 21. Now Apex is up by 9. 2:55 left to go in the first half. Middle Creek struggling a little bit. Haven't really gotten into rhythm yet, and they're gonna have to change something, as Ruffin's second shot is no good. Rebounded by Pitts. And Shaw is going to bring up long pass to Kimmy Pittman. Kicks it out to Shaw. Shaw takes the three-point shot. And it's a little long. Smith trying to fight for the rebound, but Castaguerrero gets it up to right. Back out to Sierra Brown. Ruffin pump fakes. Gets it back to Brown. Passing it around, trying to run some time off the clock here. And now Ruffin, spin move, working against Shank. Sierra Brown has it back to Kokoro. Kokoro drives inside, takes an awkward shot, gets her own rebound, and is fouled on the play. So Apex's strategy right there, running some time off the clock and then going inside, and Kokoro draws the foul there, so she's doesn't get the shot to fall, but she's going to get to go to the line, trying to extend the Cougars' lead. As her first shot falls, 23-12 now. That's number 22, Kokoro, at the line.
Sydney Smith picked up her third foul just now, so she's going to have to limit those in the remainder of the game.
And Kukuro misses her second shot, rebounded by Pitts. And
she got called for the walk there, falling down. She thought she was fouled.
Yeah, so Ruffin is going to inbound it. Brown has it back to Ruffin, running some time off the clock, under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Pass to Wright. And just
excellent defense there on the Mustangs.
Yeah,
Sydney Smith playing some hard D in the corner.
Trying to get the ball back and just trying to get some more points on the board before time runs out. You know, you got under 2 minutes here. Going to be playing more aggressive here as time winds down the closer we get to halftime. Smith is out of the game now, so I think she's going to stay up for the remainder of the half, since as they get more aggressive, they don't want her getting in foul trouble this early in the game. As Pitts, her short jumper is no good. Rebounded by Katie Wright, fighting against the double team. And it's off the hands of Sierra Brown, so it's going to be Middle Creek ball. Lucky break for the Mustangs. Their tenacious defense paid off there, as Mary Johnson looking to inbound it. She's got to get a pass off here, as gets it to Pitts, kicks it out to Shaw. 1:24 left to go in the first half. Middle Creek down by 10 points here. Lady Mustangs have to get something going. Shaw, a little spin move. Johnson drives inside, kicks it to Courtney Latham, who takes the three from the corner. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Pittman, and Pittman gets the short jumper. 22-14. Middle Creek still down. Under a minute now to go here. Ruffin drives inside, kicks it out to Brown, as Kukuro takes the long three, bounces off the front of the rim, rebounded by Ruffin, and her putback attempt is no good. Gets her own rebound, however, and is tripped up. And it's going to be Middle Creek ball. Apex fans are not too happy with that, as Johnson gets ready to inbound it.
A little confusion here on the floor.
Referees are conferring at the scores table. 44 seconds to go. Middle Creek 14, Apex 22. Middle Creek trying to come back. Shaw has it now. Little lob pass to Johnson. Inside to Pittman. Back out to Latham.
The Mustangs can't afford to take any time off the clock. They need to get a shot up.
Or turn it over like they just did. Or Apex turns it back over. Pittman has it now. Pass to Pitts. And Pitts gets the two. 16-22. Middle Creek down. 14 seconds to go and counting. Ruffin's going to hold the ball for the... And pass to Brown, and Shaw jumps on top of Brown for the intentional foul. So playing the percentages here.
Not so sure that was an intentional foul. Looks like Shaw kind of got tripped up and just kind of bear hugged her to regain her balance. But that's 3 on Shaw now.
And Brown's first shot bounces off the side of the rim. 8.3 seconds to go as the clock is stopped. 22-16. The Cougars are leading right now. And Brown's second shot falls. 23-16. Latham running the fast break. Shank has it now. Out to Johnson. Johnson driving inside and gets called for the charge. 0.9. Not the way Middle Creek wanted those last few plays to go. You know, they get it down both times, and both times they turn it over. As Brown's long shot pass, whatever that was, falls to the floor. Apex goes into the locker room, up 23-16. Mustangs are hanging in there, playing a little sloppy, but nothing that they can't overcome in the second half. But we're going to take a quick break for halftime, and we'll be right back for the second half. And welcome back for some quick first half stats for Middle Creek. Our leading scorers were Vanessa Pitts with 7 points and Courtney Latham with 4 points. And Jasmine Shaw, you saw those 2 big blocks, and the rest of the team only has 1 block. And in terms of fouls, Shaw, Smith, and Johnston all have 3 apiece. So looking for all 3 of those to stay out of foul trouble as we progress in this game. Apex, Ruffin leads the team with 9 points, and Kokoro had 6 points in the first half. So looking to, Ruffin, the leading scorer coming into this game. No surprise, she's leading after the first half, so definitely looking to contain her as the game goes on.
Yeah, and talk about foul trouble for the Mustangs. We do see Shaw and Smith both out there with 3 fouls. So Petty feels confident in them not to pick up anymore.
So the second half is underway as Ruffin inbounds it to Brown. Brown starting the second half. She wasn't one of the starting 5, but Finley is back in the game, triple teamed, and she is called for the travel. Just not getting away from, the tough triple team that Middle Creek was doing there. Great defense to force the turnover.
Great composure by them not to get a reaching foul or any other foul called on that.
As Shaw's, I think it was an intended pass for Pittman, and it's intercepted by Apex as Brown has it. Kicks it out to Ruffin. Kokoro passes it off Pittman's foot. I think that was unintentional, but it's going to be Apex ball now. Kokoro's going to inbound it. Looking for an open player. Long pass to Brown. Out to Ruffin. And passing it around. I thought at the end of the first half this was just a time-wasting technique. They do a lot of passing as Brown's attempt is no good and rebounded by Pittman. But I thought, at first I thought it was kind of a time-wasting measure, but I think that's just the way that they run their offense. They do a lot of passing, try and wear the other team down, trying to get them to slip up a little bit and get them to overcorrect with their passes, and I guess hoping something will open up. But they take the way their offense runs. It takes a long time for them to set up shots and get open. So pass out to a wide open Kokoro who drives inside, working against the double team and swatted by Vanessa Pitts.
Yeah, it looks like on the defensive end for the Mustangs, they're gonna double team or triple team when the ball gets down low.
Taking a little more aggressive approach as Shaw's pass is picked off by Ruffin.
It was a good look by Shaw, but sometimes you can't get it in that tight space down low.
And Kokoro gets to Ruffin, who takes the 3. It looked good, but just bounces off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Pittman, who's doing a good job in the second half so far, pulling down some of the rebounds. As Latham takes the long 3, it's a little much. Back to Smith, passes it to Latham, who's in the corner. Covered by Brown, pass inside to Smith, turns around, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Pitts, who gets the putback attempt. Great defense by Pitts, the leading rebounder, like you said earlier, for the team, just doing an excellent job pulling down just the tough boards. And she got a block a second ago, using those long arms to swat it away. She's an excellent defender.
Yeah, Pitt's picking up some great stats here in the game. Just picked up her 9th point. Sorry, 9th point, 2nd block, and a countless amount of rebounds for her tonight.
And Kevin kind of pulling double duty as a statistician tonight, doing an excellent job keeping stats and keeping me informed. I appreciate that. Ruffin driving inside against the double team, and a 3rd block for Vanessa Pitts. And that's the 5th team block, I believe. Just a lot of good defense by the Mustangs. Now they just need some offense to go with it. And mishandled ball by Pitts, and she's going to be called for the travel. Tried to get it to Johnston when she was lying on the ground, but it's called for the travel. So another turnover the way things have gone for Middle Creek tonight, they'll play great defense, force a turnover, or draw a foul, or something of the like, and then they'll get it down to Apex's side of the court, and they can't seem to do much with it. They've tried taking shots from behind the arc. They've tried working inside, and just not much has seemed to work on the offensive side of things. As Castaguerrero gets the 2 to go. Johnston with the spin move. And another little bit of a wild pass tipped out of bounds by Kokuro, who was right there in the middle of it to break it up. And Shank mishandles the ball, and it looked to be stolen by Brown, but Brown can't come up with it, and it's going to go out of bounds. And Middle Creek's going to have possession once again. Shank has it. Inside pass to Pittman. And Pittman stepped out of bounds. Another unfortunate break for the Mustangs on the offensive side of the ball.
I do apologize. We don't have the official turnover stat for tonight's game, but there have been quite a few here.
And another couple for Castaguerrero, who's come up with the Apex's past few buckets, and she's been all over the court tonight for the Cougars. Inside pass to Vanessa Pitts, and she gets the shot and the foul, so she's going to go to the line to shoot. Middle Creek's still down 27 to 20. 3:55 left to go in the third quarter, but Mustangs haven't scored as much as they would have liked. They're keeping the Cougars from scoring as well, so that's going to allow them to close the gap here. As Vanessa Pitts at the line, and her shot is good. 27 to 21. Apex up by 6. Brown has it, bringing it up the court. Kokuro has it back to Brown. Out to Ruffin, who's leading the team both on the season and in this game in scoring. As Johnson almost came up with a steal, but Brown got it back. And Johnson almost comes up with another steal, 2 near misses. As Pittman finally comes up with a steal after a series of wild passes by the Cougars. Now Pittman bringing it up the court, dumps it off to Johnson, who almost loses the ball. Good defense by Kokuro. Inside pass to Shank. And the ball is kicked by an Apex player, so it's going to be Middle Creek ball, as it looked like it was about to be another turnover in favor of Apex, but a lucky break for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I just want to point out, Vanessa Pitts really making her presence known tonight. Coming in the game, only averaging about 5-6 points a game, and tonight she has 11 or 12, so she's averaging over half the team's points tonight.
Doubling her average, which is always impressive to see. I think she has the potential to be a great player, and I think it's just been she's been almost there for a lot this season. And being a freshman, first year playing high school basketball at all. I mean, not just JV, jumping right to the varsity level. And I think it's just one of those things that she was going to get better with experience. I think we're seeing that as the season progresses. She's a great defender naturally, and she's progressing as a good scorer down in the paint, getting those hard-earned points. As Ruffin's jumper is no good. Rebounded by Pitts. Under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Johnston bringing it up the court. Driving against the double team, dumps it off to Pittman. And Middle Creek ball. Pittman's going to inbound it.
The foul on number 24 for the Cougars. It's Katie Wright.
Inbounded Shank. Shank working against tough defense, tough double team by Sasser and Kokuro. Now the triple team as Ruffin comes in and forces the turnover. As Kokuro, her shot is no good, and she gets the foul, but it looks like Ashley got popped in the mouth a little bit, no blood. But coming up, she's going to walk it off, checking her mouth for blood. I don't see any, so looks like she's all right. She should just be really banged up. She's got the wrist injury coming off a concussion. And but she takes it like a champ. You know, she's a great, tough player out there for the Mustangs. As she checks out of the game, take a breather as Jasmine Shaw comes back into the game. As Kukuro's first shot fell, she lines up for her second shot, and it falls as well. 29-21, Apex with a solid 8-point lead here late in the game. 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. A wild pass goes out of bounds and turns it over yet again in favor of the Cougars.
Yeah, I think that was just a little frustration foul by Ashley there. You know, she couldn't break the double team and then comes back a little frustrated. It
was really tough defense by the Apex when they came with that double team, and then Ruffin comes in, forcing, you know, Ashley trying not to get the over and back. As Johnson's pass is intercepted by Katie Wright. Dumping it off to Kukuro. Kukuro driving inside, gets the floating jumper. And it's no good, rebounded by Johnston. Inside pass to Pitts, who gets it to go and gets the foul as well. And a little correction, I've been saying Katie Wright all night. It's Katie White, so my apologies to her. Pitts at the line once again after getting the basket, pulling the Mustangs within 6. And it's no good and tipped out of bounds by Pittman, but it's saved into the hands of a Mustang player. Pittman in the corner, long pass to Johnston. Johnson running the point duties in the absence of Betsy Doerr, who is out with a concussion.
The Mustangs have been hitting the offensive boards very nicely tonight.
And Katie White is called for the foul. Courtney Latham's going to go to the line. And Jessica McCoy is now in the game for the Mustangs for the first time tonight. Latham's first free throw is good. 24-29. Mustangs are still trailing by 5. And it's going to be a timeout.
And with that free throw, Courtney Latham picks up her 5th point of the game.
You know, Latham coming in with a solid game. She averages about 5 points a game, so picking up her average and looking to extend on that too. You know, she's having a pretty good game so far. Taking a few three-pointers, hasn't gotten them to fall yet, but it's only a matter of time. You know, if she gets a couple open looks. So,
yeah, we've seen her in the early season playing the backup role on the point, backing up Betsy Doerr, but we see her out with a concussion, so she's going to have to take on the duties tonight. And I think she's really stepped up and handled her team quite nicely.
As I see Betsy in the huddle, you know, firing up her team, even with a concussion, just getting in there and inspiring her team. That's always great to see. Minute and a half left to go in the third quarter. Middle Creek down by 5. Courtney Latham at the line after sinking her first shot, her first free throw. And banks in the second one. 29-25, Middle Creek within 4. And thanks to their great defense, they're able to close the gap here a little bit. Justice White is in the game for the Mustangs. And running a double team on Ruffin. And Pitts with a steal now. So just adding on to that stat line she's got going. Pitts is just putting up an impressive game tonight. So Pittman inbounds it to Courtney Latham, who's bringing it up the court for the Mustangs. Minute 13 left to go in the third quarter. Kicks it out to Kimmy Pittman. Jessica McCoy in the corner. Inside pass to Pitts. And
it's Marissa Green picking up her third foul rather.
So we look in Apex with 6 team fouls to Middle Creek's 1. So I don't know what Petty said, but you know, it was both teams were racking up the fouls in the first half, and in this half, Middle Creek's played very clean, and they've kept their fouls to a minimum, and I think that's allowed them to get back in this game. And And due to, Apex is sending them to the line more often than they're sending Apex to the line, which is allowing them to pull closer. And, they've been shooting pretty well from the free throw line tonight.
And we see Middle Creek pulling it into 4-point differential in the score.
And I believe that was Justice White called on the foul on Kokoro, who's trying to drive inside. And it was a foul that blocked the shot, but now Kokoro's going to go to the line. Misses her first one, bouncing off the back of the rim. 29-25, 59.4 seconds to go in the third quarter. And her second shot is no good either, so a lucky foul for Justice, trying to prevent the shot, and neither free throw is good. Courtney Latham with the floating jumper is no good. Sasser keeping out bounds, and a wide open Finley. Nobody was down there covering her. 38 seconds to go in the third quarter. Apex running a full court press right now. Long pass to a wide open Justice White, who's called for the travel. Just a little careless mistake by White there.
Looks like she wanted to get the pass down low, but I guess there wasn't a pass, and she kind of held herself up.
Yeah, there was nobody there. I mean, she was wide open. She could have taken a shot, but she waited too long to look for the pass, and there was nobody there, and just moved her foot. As Ruffin gets it to Kokoro, top of the key, out to Ruffin, who drives inside, working against 3 Middle Creek defenders, and throws it out of bounds. Pittman inbounding it for the Mustangs. And that's the end of the third quarter. Middle Creek down 31-25. They've been trailing the entire game. I don't think Middle Creek has not led at all this game, which is not the ideal way to have it. Not the way they wanted it to shake out. But their defense has been incredibly good this second half, and they have half the team fouls that Apex does, so they're keeping the fouls to a minimum. And it's just the mental mistakes. It's the bad passes that are killing them right now. I mean, they're getting down to the Apex side. They have those scoring opportunities. They have chances where they should be scoring. They're just not doing as well as they should down on Apex's end of the court. But with a strong fourth quarter, they can come out with the win here tonight. This is a team that they should beat. So we'll see how it turns out in the final quarter.
Yeah, their defense was playing really strong that quarter. We saw Ruffin being the leading scorer in the first half, and the Mustang defense held her scoreless in the third quarter. So they'll probably look to target her and keep her scoreless in the fourth also.
So 8 minutes of basketball left to play. Middle Creek down by 6. Inbound pass to Kokoro, back to Sasser, who's defended well by White, as Middle Creek running the zone right now. And another turnover, stolen by Pitts. I'm trying to get my words together. As Jasmine Shaw has it, and it's tipped out of bounds by Ruffin, who came out of nowhere and just made sure that pass did not get to Justice. As Justice White inbounds it to Shaw. Shaw working against Kokoro. Johnson sets the great pick, but Sasser was right there, and Shaw could not get. So Sasser is gonna get called for the foul, like you said, and Shaw's gonna go to the line to shoot 2. Shaw's only shot is no good. It's dead silent in here, When they take those shots, it's just no disruptions whatsoever. As Back to Kokoro on the top of the key. Ruffin drives inside, and Pitts gets another steal. She's racking up the steals as well, the blocks too. You know, she's just doing a great job on defense, but she's called for the foul, I believe. So Ruffin at the line. And her first shot, you know, is no good. 31-25, just over 7 minutes to go in the game. Ruffin's second shot is good. Pitts inbounding it to Shaw. Shaw double teamed here. Pitts has it now. Apex working the double team against Shaw. Inside pass to Sydney Smith, working against a triple team here. And it's going to be another turnover in favor of Apex. And we have a score update here with a minute 17 left. Apex is ahead of Middle Creek, the guys team, 48-43. That's a big Tri-9 matchup. Middle Creek number 5 in the area, and Apex is number 7 in the area. Two of the Tri-9's top 2 teams going at it. So it's a very big game over at Apex.
We'll try to keep you updated throughout the remainder of our broadcast.
6.5 minutes to go here. Middle Creek down 32-25. As Ruffin has it now. Inside to Finley, who loses control of the ball, but Kokoro scoops it up. And Apex running time off the clock. Middle Creek not doing anything about it. 7-point lead, and Apex is just going to keep running as much time as they can as Ruffin misses her shot. And Finley goes down hard, fighting for the rebound. And Kokoro is going to go to the. Oh no, nobody's going to the line. Excuse me. It's going to be Apex ball. Ruffin's going to bring it in. Interesting call by the referees there. Petty not too happy. As wild pass intended for Kokoro as Shaw sprints down there. And I don't know how that wasn't an over and back.
Yeah, Jasmine Shaw, to me, obviously did not touch the ball there.
That was just a very bad call by the referees there.
Yeah, Petty's certainly upset about that one and the previous call.
As he should be. I mean, the referee's right there and missed that. It was not a call they should be missing. As White's first attempt is good. I believe it's White's first time at the line tonight. First or second. Her second shot bounces off the front of the rim, rebounded by Ruffin, fighting off Pitts. And now they can just pass it around at will, you know, running time off the clock. Ruffin has it now working. And Finley is called for an elbow, I believe. And it's going to be Middle Creek ball. So Finley getting a little aggressive there. And good call by the refs. And there's going to be a timeout now. Petty's going to take a timeout, try and get it together with 5.5 minutes to go. You know, a good call by Petty to try and get it together here with, you know, 5.5 minutes to go. You're down by 8. A few tough calls the past couple minutes. I know Petty wasn't happy with them, but you just got to roll with the punches. And
yeah, the Mustangs certainly can't let those calls get under their skin. 5.5 minutes is a long time in a basketball game. Only down by 8. I mean, the Mustangs, if they just keep playing the way they've been playing all game, running the court, getting the passes down low, I mean, they have every opportunity to come back in this game.
I mean, the score has stayed. I mean, the separation between these teams has stayed the same for most of the game. I mean, it's been 6, 8, 10 points, but we get a final score here, and Apex boys move into sole possession of first place in the Tri-9 with a 52-47 win over our Middle Creek Mustangs. So a very tough loss for Middle Creek, and hard-fought victory for Apex. As Shaw bringing it up the court. Inside to Shank, who drives, kicks it back out. And I don't know who she was trying to get it to, but it is going to be Apex ball.
I think that was just a desperation pass. She was going to walk anyway, so she tried to just get it outside to somebody.
And unfortunately, nobody was there as Kokoro kicks it out to Sasser, defended by Shaw, who almost gets a steal, and she does now, going up for the layup and gets the easy 2. 27 points for the Mustangs now, down by 6. It's just a couple Ashley Shank three-pointers away. So, and that's Mary Johnson is going to be called for the foul there. And that's her 4th foul. So getting into a little foul trouble there. Under 5 minutes to go. Middle Creek down by 6. Ruffin at the line. She's been very accurate tonight from behind the free throw line. And she misses. So Vanessa Pitts pulls down the rebound. Jasmine Shaw has it now driving. Doesn't get it to fall. Rebounded by Ruffin. Working against Pittman. And Kokoro can't get the easy layup. Pitts with a rebound, bringing it up the court. Now Shaw has it. Long pass over to Shank. Inside to Pitts, working against Finley. Pulls up for the jumper. It's a little short. Out of bounds, Apex ball. And as we take a look at the team fouls, Middle Creek has quietly racked them up. And now both teams are tied at 8 team fouls. So not how they want to be playing it right now. 4:25 left to go in this game. Kokoro has it in the corner, working against Pittman, and Pittman's going to be called for the kick. And she kicks it out of bounds, so it's Apex ball.
That's great defense by Kimmy Pittman there. A kick, that's not a bad call in basketball. It's just great defense to slow down a raging offense.
Yeah, just trying to keep her from completing the pass any way possible. And Ruffin held it for too long, so it's going to be Middle Creek ball. Just a simple mental error.
Not only mental, but I imagine that was great defense on the inbounds play.
Yeah, no open players to pass it to. Pass inside to Shank. Gets it to Pitts, but it's stolen again by Apex.
As I said before, the turnovers are big in the long run, and looks like Middle Creek's suffering a little bit from that.
No doubt, as pass to Finley, who shakes off Jasmine Shaw, who's jumping in for the steal, couldn't get it. So it's gonna be a timeout
by Apex.
So Apex up by 6 points. They've played an excellent game here so far. Middle Creek's pulled in, kept it close, but they haven't had a lead all game. They've been behind every step of the way. They just haven't been able to pull even or get the lead. And it's definitely not because of good or bad defense, because they've been playing great defense all game. It's just a few offensive opportunities that they have had and couldn't capitalize on. So, going into the last 3 minutes and 52 seconds of play, they got to overcome a 6-point deficit here, and it's not undoable, but they're going to have to step it up a little bit going into the last few minutes of this game.
It's just such a shame that their offensive opportunities haven't been capitalized due to the defense. That's what you really want as a team, is play hard defense, get the turnover, and then come over on the offensive side of the ball and capitalize on the points.
No doubt.
once again, Betsy Dorr down there getting her girls pumped up. And it's great to see her, even though she's not in the game, still being a leader on the team. And she is a junior, so she'll be back next year to lend her leadership to the Mustangs.
And there are only a handful of seniors on this team. I mean, it's going to be a very good team next year with a lot of returning starters. As Ashley Shank gets the steal, Ruffin tries to get the steal but doesn't get it. Ashley Shank's shot is no good, rebounded by Shaw, who brings it back out. Shank inside to Pittman, out to Johnston, who almost gets it stolen. Shaw pump fakes, drives inside, and falls hard, but gets back up. As Kokoro is no good on the three-point attempt, rebounded by Shank, who brings it up the court. Can't get the layup, rebounded by Pitts. And her shot is doesn't count because Shank's called for the charge. Just over 3 minutes to go here. Middle Creek still down by 6. No score change in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, we just saw Jasmine Shaw really upset on that call. Yeah, she was tripped up. In my opinion, that should have been a foul. The officiating tonight has been excellent, but this is certainly not the time for it to slip up.
No doubt. I mean, Brown goes in for the layup and loses control of the ball. Out of bounds, and it's going to be Middle Creek ball.
I think that was a kind of a makeup call. Looks like, I mean, it might have gotten off her knee, but looks like Courtney Latham got a handful of that ball, but they might just be making it up for that foul.
That's always possible as Latham passes it to Shank. Back to Latham. Almost runs into Shank there. Shank takes the deep three. Almost gets it. That was very close. It looked good from here. Johnson defending right there. Kokoro has it now, bring it up the court. Latham trying to get the steal. 2.5 minutes to go in this game. Middle Creek still has to overcome a 6-point deficit. Ruffin has the ball, just trying to run off time.
Yeah, 6 points. It's only 2 3-pointers, and we know with the excellent shooting by the Mustangs offense, it's very doable.
And Latham trying to fight for the turnover.
We get a jump ball. And I believe the possession arrows to the Mustangs.
And referees are conferring it. It's going to be Mustang ball, like you said.
Yeah, I think they can confirm the call to be a 3 seconds before the jump ball on Apex, which still gives the ball to the Mustangs.
Inbounded to Johnston. Johnston has it working against Ruffin. Driving along the baseline, trying to get a pass.
Called for another charge.
And another tough break for the Mustangs with 2 minutes to go. It is Apex ball yet again. Just a lot of turnovers by the Mustangs in this game. Nobody open, though, for Apex.
A charge is certainly something that you can't avoid. You just kind of have to go in and hope for the best. That's on the defender to make that play.
And Finley is going to call for the travel.
Back and forth turnovers here by both teams. Can't break the 6-point deficit. This is certainly the best opportunity for the Mustangs to come and capitalize.
Score has been the same for the past few minutes. I mean, there's just been no scoring by either team.
Little confusion at the scorers table. You always want them to be right because, we see them sounding the horn, which stops both teams' momentum.
No doubt. Minute and 50 seconds left to go in this contest. Meadow Creek still down by 6.
Cheerleaders getting a chant going, and we don't have the Creek Crazies here tonight. They were
at Apex,
all out at Apex, watching the boys varsity team, duke it out.
Yeah, tough loss over there tonight, but I know the Creek Crazies came out in force tonight. I know they were pumped to go to that game. It was a big game over there.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, as you mentioned earlier, the Cougars of Apex, their boys varsity team, and our boys varsity team were tied for first place in the Tri-9 conference.
So both coaches are kind of taking advantage of this as an impromptu timeout opportunity here,
which is it's perfectly legal. No team is charged with the timeout as long as all the players on the court remain on the court and none of the other players on the bench come into the huddle. That's when I think it's a technical foul and they're charged with the timeout.
That would really help Middle Creek right now. They could use an Apex technical foul.
Still a 6-point deficit on Middle Creek with about 2 minutes left.
I mean, a very close defensive game. I mean, Middle Creek's done. I can't stress enough. They've just been really good on the defensive side of the ball tonight. I mean, it's a lower scoring game, but that's because of good defense by both teams.
Yeah, I'm doubling on stats tonight, and by my records, the between gap of points hasn't been more than 10, so no double-digit deficit for either team.
And doing a good job keeping stats tonight over there, Kevin Brunson. Doing a solid job tonight, keeping me informed.
Yeah, it was kind of a late decision by us sports block crew.
It makes a difference though.
It does. We're kind of lacking the members tonight, so we decided instead of having to rush and get stats, we'd try to keep them up here, and it's worked out kind of well. So I think we'll do this in broadcasts to come.
So finally we are getting back to the action here after a long break, after some confusion at the scorers table. Inbounds pass to Latham. And Apex ball yet again.
That's a foul on 33, Mary Johnston. That's her 5th. So she's fouled out of the game. And that goes back to the foul trouble I talked about before the game. They've really got to limit the fouls here now with under 2 minutes to go.
And Mary Johnson's one of Mustang's best players, so that's a tough player to lose late in the game when you need all your best players out there right now. And Ruffin losing control of the ball. Pittman inbounding it for the Mustangs. Petty getting his team set. Gets it to Latham. Latham driving inside. Stolen by Ruffin. Going against Pittman, and she just misses by a mile. And she's going to be called. And that's Latham is going to be called for the hold. And Ruffin's going to go to the line yet again. Trying to extend the lead for the first time in quite a few minutes. So that's our first point in feels like a while.
About 2.5 minutes.
So 35-27, Apex just slowly pulling away with less than 1.5 minutes to go in this contest. And another pass bouncing off the hands of Vanessa Pitts into the arms of a Cougar. Asher Shank almost got the steal, but Sierra Brown stole it back.
I think Petty needs to call a timeout here.
As Ruffin drives inside, high off the glass, and draws the foul at the same time, so she'll go to the line yet again. And I think you're right. I think Petty, a timeout would do the team some good. 1:03 left to go here. 35-27, Apex up. Ruffin lining up for her first shot and gets it to go. 36 now for Apex.
Ruffin's last 5 points have all come off free throws.
And make that her last 6, and she is their best player, and I know that Mustangs want to defend her, but the flip side of that is that, you know, sometimes if you get a little too aggressive in defending her, they're going to get some fouls. As Latham's shot's no good, rebounded by Smith. And a foul on number 24, Katie White of Apex, and that's going to be Sydney Smith at the line for the Mustangs. 50.2 seconds left to go. Mustangs down by 10. And Sydney Smith is going to line up for her first shot. Or her only shot, excuse me. And it's no good, into the arms of Katie White.
Foul called on Kimmy Pittman, trying to save some clock time.
44.8 seconds left on the clock. Mustangs still down by 10.
Unfortunately, Middle Creek has 10 team fouls, which gives the Cougars 2 shots at the line.
So, you know, no cushion this late in the game. It's a bad time to, you know, be at your team foul limit. So as Brown extends their lead yet again, line up for her second shot, and it falls 39-27. Apex is just pulling away. Latham coming up the court, gets it to Smith. Shank takes the 3 into the arms of Vanessa Pitts. It's an air ball. Out to Latham, who takes the long 2, and it's no good either. And Katie White comes down with a rebound and falls hard there, and she knocks it out of bounds. So it's going to be Kimmy Pittman is going to inbound it for the Mustangs. Gets it to Pitts. Back to Shank. Out to Courtney Latham. Takes the long 3 and gets the long 3. So with 17 seconds to go, Middle Creek calls a timeout, 39-30. And at this point, the game's a little bit out of reach for the Mustangs.
Yeah, 3-possession game, 17 seconds left. I mean, crazier things have happened. But,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, a little out of reach. I mean, that 3 hit by Latham was a good momentum starter, but it came kind of late here.
Yeah, I mean, again, a little too late in the game to be hitting your first 3-pointer, like the first team 3-pointer of the night. Apex has been able to hit a couple, but that was the first one that Middle Creek's been able to knock down. I think Shank is still a little rusty. We talked about she has her wrist wrapped up, so I think that may be affecting her shooting a little bit.
Yeah, she actually took it off. She doesn't have it on anymore, so looks like she's gonna try to tough it out and hit some big shots.
And even if it's off, you know, her wrist still may be sore, so it's still gonna, I think. And Ruffin slipped. I don't think that was.
That wasn't a foul. She just slipped.
But Middle Creek's gonna be called for the foul. That's not a good call. I mean, Ruffin, this floor has been slick all night, and Ruffin just slipped and fell. But she's gonna get to go to the line. So she misses on her first attempt, 39-30. 17 seconds left in this game. Middle Creek trailing. And it looks like both the women and men's varsity teams are going to take a loss tonight to Apex. Long pass to Shank. Gets it outside. Latham is open, takes the 3. Gets it to fall. 33 points for the Mustangs, and you know, we could have used this hot streak from Latham earlier in the game, but you know, we'll take what we can get. So like we said, it's a little too much too late. With 5 seconds left in the clock, Middle Creek's down by 6.
Yeah, like we just saw with the foul on the inbounds, you know, it didn't run off any time. She missed both. and we've got some girls on the team that can afford to foul. So maybe that could be an option for the Mustangs. Foul on the inbound, no time goes off the clock, miss, and Latham's hot now, so get it to her, and 2 big shots are back in the game. But 5 seconds left, it's kind of hard to do.
Yeah, that's a great plan, but always easier said than done. 2.8 ticks left on the clock.
It's always easier to draw it up than to perform it.
Yeah, no doubt. Kokoro is going to the line. All the Apex, the whole Apex team is going to the other side of the court. And Kokoro misses her first shot.
It's like a timeout taken by the Mustangs trying to ice Kokoro for her next free throw.
So you called it. Looks like exactly what Petty's telling his players to do. Foul on the inbounds and hope that she misses, and she misses the first one. And even if she misses the second one and we get it down to Latham, that's probably going to be the last shot of the game. But a valiant comeback effort towards the end of the game. Again, can't stress enough the best things we saw of the Mustangs, especially from Vanessa Pitts and Jasmine Shaw, was the defense, the steals, and the blocks, and just the excellent defense, especially the offensive boards by both teams. They were just both really impressive in pulling down the offensive boards. And there were times where both teams, they couldn't really do anything with it. They were doing a good job of getting their own rebounds, but they weren't able to capitalize off those, the opportunities that they created. So as we get set for the last few seconds of this game, Middle Creek down by 6, and it is Apex ball right now. Kokoro is taking her final shot. And it falls 40-33. Apex is up. Sydney Smith with a long pass, intercepted by Kokoro, who's going to run out the clock. And both Apex varsity teams are going to come out with a win tonight. Unfortunate break for the Mustangs, just a tough loss. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back for some post-game stats. You're watching the Sports Block, and we'll return in a moment. Back for some post-game stats, and just real quick, Vanessa Pitts leading the Mustangs with 12 points and 3 blocks, just playing excellent defense. And then for Apex, Ruffin just doing an excellent job running the point, racking up 23 points. A lot of those came off some late free throws, fouling her late in the game. So, just an unfortunate break for the Mustangs. Tough loss. And by the way, the long breakdown of the scores table where the refs were conferring, it was a foul discrepancy. Apex had Mary Johnson at 5 fouls, which would mean she would have been fouled out earlier than she did, and we had her with 4 fouls. So just to clear that up, because I wasn't sure, so I found out.
Yeah.
So
you know, if someone's playing with 5 fouls, it's an automatic technical to the team. So I think the Apex scorer was trying to buy the technical for his team, but you know, we were right and had the 4 fouls. Just a little confusion there.
So I mean, it was good they took the time to stop and make sure they got it right. But you know, tough loss for the Lady Mustangs, and you know, we're gonna return later on for another broadcast. But for Kevin, I'm Matt Kimball, and you're watching the Sports Block.